Welcome to U.S. Coins Hub, the place where hidden secrets, rare treasures, and unbelievable coin values come to light. Here, we uncover the rarest U.S. coins, shocking errors, valuable key dates, and the stories that turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary finds. If you love hunting for rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place, because every video could reveal the treasures sitting in your pocket right now. And today, we continue our exciting Washington Quarter series, where we expose the rarest designs, valuable errors, and high-demand coins collectors are chasing in 2025. Let's dive in. Top 1. Today's video is going to take you on a fascinating journey into one of the most iconic and historically significant quarters ever minted, the Washington Bicentennial Quarter, dated 1776 to 1976. This coin is far more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a celebration of America's 200th anniversary and a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades. If you love coins, pay close attention, because this quarter has some rare variations and unique errors that can make it extremely valuable. The Bicentennial Quarter was released to commemorate the United States' 200th anniversary. Its reverse design features a majestic colonial drummer boy marching forward, with a victory torch in one hand and 13 stars arranged in a semicircle above, symbolizing the original 13 colonies. This design replaced the standard eagle design for a limited time, making the Bicentennial Quarter one of the most memorable and widely recognized in modern U.S. coinage. The obverse still features the familiar portrait of George Washington, maintaining the classic look while pairing it with a historic celebration. Despite the millions of these quarters minted, some examples have become extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. One reason for this is the existence of rare mint errors. For instance, off-center strikes can occur, where the coin is struck unevenly and part of the design is pushed toward one edge. Extreme off-center examples are highly collectible, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible. These coins instantly stand out to collectors and often fetch impressive prices. Another fascinating variety is the doubled die. On certain bicentennial quarters, doubling can be seen in the lettering, stars, or the drummer boy itself. These errors occur during the die creation process and produce a ghost-like or mirrored effect that is impossible to replicate. Each doubled die is unique, making these quarters particularly valuable and highly sought after. Die cracks, cuds, and die chips are also found on some bicentennial quarters. Because the design contains intricate elements such as the stars, the torch, and the drummer's details, any break in the die creates unusual raised lines or missing sections on the coin. Dramatic die breaks can transform an ordinary quarter into a collector's treasure, especially when paired with high-grade condition. There are even wrong planchet errors for this series, although they are extremely rare. These occur when a coin is struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal composition. Coins with wrong planchet errors can differ in color, weight, or thickness and are highly prized among collectors for their extreme rarity. Condition is key to value. A bicentennial quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of circulation can achieve top grades from professional coin grading services. When a rare mint error is combined with a high-grade coin, the value skyrockets, making it one of the most desirable quarters in modern U.S. history. So, if you have old rolls of coins, jars of change, or a collection of quarters from the 1970s, take the time to examine each one carefully. Look closely at the stars, the drummer boy, the torch, and George Washington's portrait. Even a small error or unusual detail can make a coin extremely valuable, and sometimes the rarest treasures are hiding right in plain sight. And now, the moment every coin collector waits for, the value reveal. The rarest and highest graded error examples of the 1776 to 1976 Washington Bicentennial Quarter have reached an incredible value of $87,000. Top 2. We are diving deep into the 1967 Washington Quarter. While many quarters from the 1960s are often overlooked, this particular year has a few hidden surprises, rare errors, and unique traits that can make it extremely valuable. If you love coins, listen carefully, because this is a coin that could be the crown jewel of your collection. The 1967 Washington Quarter was part of the series minted between 1932 and 1967. which were composed of 90% silver. That alone gives these quarters intrinsic value. But the 1967 issue has become particularly interesting to collectors due to its rarity in high grades and the possibility of unique minting errors. During this year, coins were struck in massive numbers for circulation, but very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. This scarcity makes well-preserved examples highly sought after. One of the most collectible features of the 1967 Washington quarter is the possibility of minting errors. Off-center strikes, where the design is shifted toward one edge leaving a blank portion, are among the most dramatic and valuable mistakes. Collectors especially prize coins with extreme misalignments, provided the date and mint mark remain fully visible. These errors are not just rare. They are visually striking and make any collection instantly more impressive. Double die errors are another fascinating variety. On some 1967 quarters, doubling may appear in the lettering of Liberty or In God We Trust, or even in the profile of George Washington. These double dies occurred during the preparation of the minting dies, creating unique, ghost-like images that cannot be replicated. Each double die coin is one of a kind, which makes it particularly valuable to collectors who love rare variations. Die cracks, cuds, and die chips are also important to watch for. The fine details on Washington's profile, the lettering, and the edges mean that even minor imperfections in the die can result in dramatic raised lines or missing sections on the coin. Coins displaying these characteristics in uncirculated condition are highly prized and often command high prices. Some extremely rare 1967 Washington quarters also exist on wrong planchets, though these are exceedingly uncommon. Coins struck on blanks intended for other denominations or metals can differ in color, thickness, or weight. These wrong planchet errors are considered major fines by collectors and can dramatically increase a coin's value. Condition is always a critical factor. A 1967 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition with full silver luster and sharp details can earn elite grades from professional grading services. When combined with a minting error or unusual feature, the value of the coin can skyrocket, making it one of the most desirable quarters for modern collectors. If you're digging through old rolls of coins, jars of pocket change, or inherited collections, take the time to examine each 1967 Washington quarter carefully. Look at George Washington's profile, the lettering, the rim, and the details around the mint mark. Even a small anomaly can turn an ordinary coin into a rare treasure. And now, the moment every coin collector waits for, the value reveal. The rarest and highest graded examples of the 1967 Washington quarter have reached an incredible value of $85,000. Top 3, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American coin history, the 1968 Washington quarter. This quarter may seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it holds some incredible secrets, rare minting errors, and a level of rarity that makes it highly sought after. If you love coins, pay very close attention, because this is a coin that could truly be a crown jewel in your collection. The 1968 Washington quarter was minted during a transitional period in U.S. coinage. Unlike earlier quarters made of 90% silver, starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a clad composition of copper and nickel. While this made the coins more practical for circulation, it also created subtle variations and striking challenges that sometimes led to rare errors. Coins from this period are especially interesting for collectors who pay attention to these details. One of the most prized errors on the 1968 quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is struck slightly off its intended alignment, pushing the design toward one edge and leaving part of the surface blank. Extreme off-center strikes are highly valuable, particularly when the date and mint mark remain fully visible. These coins are not only rare, but also visually dramatic, making them instantly recognizable and highly collectible. Another fascinating feature is the double die error. Some 1968 quarters exhibit doubling in the lettering, such as Liberty or In God We Trust, or even along the rim and the profile of George Washington. Double dies are created during the die preparation process and produce ghost-like or mirrored images that cannot be replicated. Each coin with a double die is unique, making them extremely desirable for collectors seeking one-of-a-kind examples. Die cracks, cuds, and die chips also add to the coin's appeal. The 1968 quarter's detailed design, including Washington's profile and the lettering, makes it prone to these subtle yet striking errors. Raised lines, missing sections, or unusual patterns caused by die imperfections can dramatically increase the coin's value, especially if it remains in excellent condition. Rare wrong planchet errors exist as well, though they are exceptionally uncommon. Coins struck on a blank intended for another denomination or metal composition may differ in weight, thickness, or color. When such a coin is discovered, it becomes an instant treasure for any collector due to its extreme rarity. Condition plays a major role in value. A 1968 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition with full luster and sharp details can achieve top grades from professional grading companies. When a minting error is combined with this level of preservation, the value of the coin can rise dramatically, making it one of the most desirable modern quarters for collectors. If you have old coin rolls, jars of pocket change, or inherited collections, take the time to inspect each 1968 Washington quarter carefully. Check Washington's profile, the lettering, the rim, and subtle details across the surface. Sometimes, the rarest and most valuable coins are hiding in plain sight, waiting for a careful eye to recognize them. And now, the moment every coin collector waits for, the value reveal. The rarest and highest graded examples of the 1968 Washington quarter have reached an incredible value of $83,000. Top for we're taking a closer look at a classic and highly collectible piece of American coinage, the 1969 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might look like just another coin from the late 1960s, but if you're a serious collector, you'll want to pay close attention. This quarter has some fascinating history, hidden minting errors, and rare traits that can make it exceptionally valuable. The 1969 Washington quarter comes from the series of modern quarters that were struck after the switch from 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition in 1965. While this change made coins more practical for circulation, it also created subtle variations that occasionally led to striking errors. Coins from this period are highly interesting to collectors because some errors are extremely rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1969 quarter is the off-center strike. When the coin is not perfectly aligned during the minting process, part of the design is pushed toward one edge, leaving an empty space on the opposite side. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value, especially if the date and mint mark are still intact. These coins are visually striking and immediately catch the eye of collectors. Double die errors are another exciting variety. On some 1969 quarters, doubling can be noticed in the lettering, particularly Liberty or In God We Trust, or along the rim and the profile of George Washington. These errors happen during die preparation and result in unique, ghost-like duplicates of design elements. Each double die coin is one of a kind, making it a must-have for collectors seeking rare variations. Die cracks, cuds, and die chips also contribute to the coin's appeal. Because of the detailed design of the quarter, even small imperfections in the die can create raised lines, missing sections, or unusual patterns on the coin. Dramatic errors combined with high-grade preservation make these coins extremely valuable and highly sought after. In rare instances, wrong planchet errors can be found. These occur when a coin is struck on a blank intended for another denomination or composition, resulting in unusual thickness, color, or weight. Coins with these errors are exceptionally rare and become instant treasures for collectors. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of any coin. A 1969 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, with full luster, crisp details, and no circulation marks, can achieve a top professional grade. When such a coin also features a rare minting error, its value increases dramatically, making it one of the most desirable quarters from the modern era. If you have old rolls of coins, jars of pocket change, or inherited collections, examine each 1969 Washington quarter closely. Check the profile of George Washington, the lettering, the edges, and subtle details on the coin's surface. Often, the rarest and most valuable coins are hiding in plain sight, waiting for a sharp-eyed collector to recognize them. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast eagerly waits for, the value reveal. The rarest and highest graded examples of the 1969 Washington quarter have reached an incredible value of $80,000. Top 5, we're taking a fascinating look at the 1972 Washington quarter, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but holds incredible potential for collectors who know what to look for. If you love coins, listen very carefully, because this quarter has hidden treasures, rare minting errors, and a value that could surprise you. The 1972 Washington quarter comes from a time when U.S. quarters were firmly in the copper-nickel-clad era, following the silver-to-clad transition of 1965. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, certain examples have become rare due to unusual minting errors and careful preservation by collectors. This combination of rarity and condition makes some 1972 quarters exceptionally valuable. One of the most collectible features is the off-center strike. When a coin is not aligned correctly during minting, part of the design shifts toward one edge, leaving a blank space on the opposite side. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes, particularly if the date and mint mark remain fully visible. Off-center strikes are dramatic, eye-catching, and highly prized by collectors. Double die errors are another exciting variation. On some 1972 quarters, doubling can be seen in the lettering, such as Liberty or In God We Trust, or even in the profile of George Washington. These doubled images occur during the preparation of the minting die and produce ghost-like or mirrored effects that cannot be reproduced. Each doubled die coin is unique, making it extremely desirable for collectors seeking rare and unusual coins. Die cracks, cuds, and die chips also add to the appeal. The quarter's detailed design, including Washington's profile and the lettering, means that any break or chip in the die can create raised lines, missing sections, or unusual patterns on the coin. Coins displaying these features in uncirculated condition are especially valuable and can fetch high prices among collectors. Rare wrong planchet errors can also occur, though they are exceptionally uncommon. A coin struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal composition may differ in weight, thickness, or color, making it a rare and highly sought-after piece for collectors. Condition plays a critical role in determining a coin's value. A 1972 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, with full luster and sharp details, can achieve top grades from professional grading companies. When combined with a minting error, the coin's value can skyrocket, making it one of the most desirable quarters of the era. If you have old rolls of coins, jars of change, or inherited collections, carefully inspect each 1972 Washington quarter. Look closely at Washington's profile, the lettering, and the rim. Even a small anomaly can transform an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasure waiting to be discovered. And now, the moment every collector has been waiting for, the value reveal. The rarest and highest graded examples of the 1972 Washington quarter have reached an incredible value of $77,000. If you enjoyed this detailed exploration of one of America's modern classic quarters, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering rare and valuable coins. Happy collecting, and may your next coin find be truly extraordinary.